guys, my name is Dr. Varun and you are watching Chlorophyll classes only on YouTube. Well, it's another day for your 11th class and today we're gonna be studying about what we were studying. We were studying about the animal kingdom last week and this is the continuation of that. So today we will be completing whole of the non-chordate. Yes, gonna be a little longer video, but I have made sure that it could be little bit toned down with pre-wrote notes so that I would be teaching you more and like our understanding would be more compared to we are struggling with completing the notes simultaneously. So this is like that. Very little to be wrote over here, more to be explained. Let's just dive into it. First of all, non-chordates are what? This is what we have divided the chapter into two, chordates and the non-chordates. What are non-chordates? Non-chordates are those ones which do not have a chord. Which chordate is not present? Notochord is not present. So animals are divided on the basis of whether the notochord present or absent. So these are all what? These are all where the notochord is not present. So how many of them are there? 10 of them are there. Till what? From Porifera towards the hemichordatas. If you remember the whole, I have told you what? Please call Chunky Pandey, right? That thing. Until the chordates means remove the chordates, rest all will come under what? Non-chordates, beta. Now the first phylum, that is Porifera. Now remember, we are learning what? We are learning on the basis of that from the simplest to the more complex one. I have told you that whenever we are studying these classification and everything, the simplest organism might end up into the complex one. How you will remember it? Few years back, ChatGPT or AI just came into the market. Okay, but now look how advanced it is now. Okay, it can generate the videos, sounds, and everything which you ever feed it, right? Same thing. So simplest of organisms was there with the problems. Later on, God keep on refining it, and finally with the evolution, nature made what? Nature made highly complex organism. Okay, we will remember it like this. So Porifera is one such. Porifera word itself says what? Pori means pore. Fera means bearer, means on their body multiple small pores would be there. Okay, now they belongs to what? Sponges, or they are also called as what? Porifers. Okay, now they are the first multicellular animal. Understood, because this is the first phylum we are talking about. Then the study of Porifera is called as parazoology. Then the term was coined by what? Robert Grant, and he only discovered its animal nature. Now remember that how Porifera look like this. It's look like something is attached to the bottom of the sea floor. First of all, they are aquatic 100%. Okay, now this is what I have made one Porifera, the diagram which I have begun to use, so that you can imagine that how simpler these organisms are. So each phylum you can visualize. If you can visualize, if you have watched Discovery Channel, which your kids are not watching, but if you have watched it, you might have understood it much better. But major not, I am here, I will make sure that you are watching everything which is needed for the biology, because on this channel we don't cram. We actually understand and try to fall in love with biology. That's the major target. Coming up, these are what? Porifera, right? So these are what, like, it looks like something is attached like this, okay, to the bottom, like a cylinder kind of a thing. Can you see that this is a hole? So this is a hole present. Its name is ossiculum. What do we call this hole which you are seeing? Ossiculum. Other holes are also there. Okay, now its nature, animal nature, we will learn it one by one. Now comes the journal features, which we have already done it in the last part 1 of this chapter. So first of all, tell me what is the level of organization. So we know that they are what? Cell aggregates. Okay, so cellular. Okay, after that, body plan. If you remember, that is what? Cell aggregates. Okay, so cell aggregates. Then germ layer, 2 germ layers are present on it. So they are what? Diploblastic. Then we even remember that it do not has what? It is non-coelomate organisms, means acoelomate organism. So they are acoelomates. Then symmetry. Its symmetry is what? Normally they are asymmetrical except what? Cycon and leucocolonia, which we have already written. So they are what? They are asymmetrical except, oh, what is this I'm writing? Asymmetrical except Cycon and leucocolonia. Now the question is how they look like. This I will show you at the end how they look like. Okay, now the next thing is Body is porous. I have told you what, because they are pore bearers, name itself saying. So they have two different types of holes. One is ossiculum, which I've showed you at the top, okay, of this diagram, right, this thing. And the other one is what? Other one is the ostia, which is a smaller pores present all over its body. Okay, so this is what here it is written. It has ostia and ossiculum. Ostia is what? Inlet pores, means it lets all the water come out, sorry, come inside on the body, and ossiculum is outside. So water go like this and goes out like this. Okay, so water movement is what? Coming inside through the body, ostia, going inside the body and coming out from the upper part. Okay, that is what this part, the water is coming out. Water is going inside through these ostia, which are not visible in this diagram, but later on we will see. Now the next thing is body cavity is called as spongocoel or paragastric cavity. Means once the water will go inside certain cavity will be there. Like in our body, which cavity is there? We have gut, gastrointestinal tract. Okay, which is our digestive system. Same in their body, there is a gut also present, center gut, which is called as spongocoel or paragastric cavity. Now they are sessile. Sessile means they can't move at all. Okay, means they are attached to the substratum. Now you will be like, sir, if they are attached to the substratum, can't we put it into the fungi or maybe the animals? Okay, understood, they are not animals because they are not green. But can we put it in the fungi? No, beta, we can't put it in the fungi, because fungi character is what? Having a chitinous cell wall. Here the cell wall is not present. And which phylum do not have cell wall? Either protozoa, few of the protozoa don't have it, or your animals. Protozoa, they don't need, because protozoa is what? Unicellular. Here they are what? Multicellular. Even in between a connecting link is also there. So if you have gone through my notes from R.H. Whitaker Biological Classification chapter, first video on this channel, you can find it in the playlist. Then you might have understood that protozoans or the protista only giving what? Rise to animals also. So that's why they are linked to the protista closer compared to fungi or animals. Okay, so now this thing is there. So one relationship has been built up. Okay, so protospongia is the one such connecting link also present. What is connecting links? It is means those organisms which have the feature of protozoa, means protista also, as well as animals also, means in between the link is present. Okay, let's just see that they are aquatic, mostly marine, except spongula, which is a freshwater, and spongula is freshwater available, means easily available in the rivers and the riverbeds. So that's at time they are being present in the school biological labs also. So you can try out in your schools whether it's present or not. Coming on, this phylum has no nerve net, means this is the only phylum, we have already said about it, only phylum which do not have what? Nervous system present. Okay, so no brain of its own. Now the body wall. So for example, you get this. Okay, for example, you get this and you did what? You cut it. So how you will cut it? Let's just try to imagine. So imagine that this is the porifera. So porifera is looking like what? Like this, like a cylinder. Can you see this? This is a cylinder. We did what? We cut it like this way. So means if you will cut like this way, you found what? You found inside what is present. So this is only has been shown to you in the diagram. So we cut it over here and we are seeing these things. So let's just make you bigger one so that you can easily understand. So if you see that it has a certain layers present, we don't have to go in much detail, okay, because now it is not required. Earlier we used to study, but it's not required. Okay, later on if I felt that the new curriculum is saying that again we have to study that, we will do during the revision times in November and December. Okay, so coming back to what it has, what? A outer layer. Can you see this? This is the outer layer and this is the innermost layer of it. Okay, so outer layer has certain things present, inner layer is present. Now these layer has a name called present to it. Okay, so outer layer is called as spinacodum, inner layer is called as guanodum. Okay, so this thing is there. On this layer there are certain things present. In between this connecting layer, can you see this part? It is what? It is the mesoglial layer, which is what? Gelatinous layer, a cell. It don't have its own cell. All the cells are formed by either the outside or inside. Normally the outside layer secretes some amoebocytes, wandering cells, which later differentiate. What is differentiate, sir? Differentiate means change. Okay, change into acquiring certain functions. Okay, so that they are formed. Here very important is on the inside layer beta, there is a presence of what? There is a presence of these collar cells. Collar cells are the characteristic cells of it. Let's just see. So if you see over here, they are what? Diploblastic, has two layers, outer and inner layer. outer layer is called as, that is formed by ectoderm, inner layer is formed by endoderm. So this ectoderm is called, like the outer layer is called as spinacoderm, and inner is called as quanoderm, which I have already told you. Now this has two types of cell, pinacocytes and porocytes. Pinacocytes are the flat cells which are covering it, and the porocytes are what, big cells which has a hole in between, so that water can go inside. Where into inside? This area, beta. This area it can go. Where the water, like this blue color thing, can you see? These are the inlet chambers through which water is coming inside, and then it is flowing outside through the upper part, which is called as ossiculum. I have told you, I hope you would have understood. Okay, so inner is what, quanoderm. It lines the spongocoel. Spongocoel means this, in this area is what, spongocoel, na? So this is lined by this inner wall. Okay, so that inner wall is what, lined by it. It has a specialized cell which is present only and only in this phylum, and that is what, choanocytes or the collar cells. They help in what? They help, like they are secreted by the they are what, characteristic cells, and they help in the secretion of mesohylae, which is a in-between layer that is present. Okay, now the mesohylae is what, gelatinous, present in between, connect it, bind it. We know that it contains certain cells called as amoebocytes secreted by the exterior layer, that is spinacoderm, and if these can differentiate, means change into what, all of these different types of cells, and these different types of cells has different functions. Like myocytes are muscle cells which help in the movements, okay, cellular movements, okay, flagellar movements. Okay, there are archaeocytes which are what, totipotent cells. They can form any type of cells which they want. Then we have what, we have chromocytes, which is the color cells. Okay, we have spongoblasts which help in spongin fiber secretions. We have scleroblasts which secretes the spicules made up of calcium carbonate, okay, or anything which is it is made up of. Okay, so these are what, different things and parts which is present inside this organism. Okay, then there is water canal system or water transport system. Very important. I told you what, beta, that water will come inside the ostia, go inside the body. Inside body it will reach into the spongocoel area and then comes out. But why the water is coming out and going out? Because this will bring a lot of things. It will bring food for the organisms, okay, because they can't move, so they won't be like this moving. They will be standing like this and waiting for food. So food has to come. So water, through water food is coming. Okay, it's reaching to the every part. Then with food, what else will be present in the water? There is the presence of oxygen in the water, means it's important for the respiration also. So oxygen also coming out inside whatever the carbon dioxide their cell will produce, it will be taken out also from the ossiculum. So means it's helped in the excretion process also of the waste whatever they will produce. Okay, then there is what, for the reproduction also, means if they are doing sexual reproductions, from here understood, beta, if they are doing the sexual reproduction, these animal, what will happen in the sexual reproduction? That gametes will come inside the body, and once it comes inside the body, it will fertilize in the body and form the new baby. This is only happen, na? Think about us, imagine. Okay, when you are understanding this chapter, try to correlate with yourself how different they are. That's the easiest way of doing this chapter. Okay, then the imagination would be better. So gametes will come inside, it will form what? If the male gametes are coming, what will form? Zygote will form. Zygote is what? Future baby that will develop. Okay, now the next thing is water canal system has certain parts. What is the part? First is the ostia, means inlet pore should be there through which the water will come inside. Then water will be what? Water will go inside different canals if it is present. We will learn it how it is happening. Then inside there will be what? Spongocoel, center body, and then it is going outside. Now what is this canal system? Think like your respiratory system. What happened? Respiratory goes, air goes, you do like this, it goes inside the nose, then it goes inside this area, then it goes into what? Different two canals form. That is what? Your trachea is there, it is divided into bronchi. Then bronchioles for the division. So same thing they are telling that if there is a different canals, water will go into the canals. And that will make a different types of water vascular system in different organisms. Means their complexity will increase. Okay. Then there is a spongocoel and ossiculum. So this would be there. Okay. Till now you would have understood something about it. Okay. Imagine it. Now the main thing is type of canal system. There are three types of canal system. One is Ascon type, Sycon type and Leucon type. And that depends upon which type of animal or the porifera they found it. Okay, so Escon type is what? It is this water is taken inside with the help of ostia. It reaches what? It reaches into the spongocoel, and from spongocoel it goes out through the ossiculum. Okay, so ingression of water coming inside, ostia take it in, water reaches to the spongocoel, then ossiculum throws it outside. This is the simplest of the all. So this is what? Simplest. So the question can be this only. Okay, then comes another option. What happened? There are multiple canals are being formed. If multiple canals are means what? Every canal has what? A entry point. Okay, the entry point or the exit point we have to remember. The name of entry point is what, beta? That canal prosophile, and the exit is apophile. Okay, so prosophile is what? Entry point in the canal. Apophile is what? Exit point of the canal. Understood? Let's see that. What happened? Think like the water comes inside my nose. Okay, it is what? Ostia. Okay, multiple such ostias are there. Then water goes inside what? Into the incurrent canal. So this is one canal till here. Okay, my nose till this area is what? Incurrent canal. Porifera has this. Now what happened? The canal has an opening. Here you have what? Epiglottis. So epiglottis is the opening, food covering and all. During food time it changed. Okay, so imagine like that. There is a covering like this. That covering has what? Prosophile. It open up. That epiglottis over here is called as prosophile in Porifera, and it goes inside into the radial canal. Okay, so there is what? First canal, that is called as incurrent canal, because the water is coming. So current is coming. Okay, water is what? Water movement is current. Okay, water current we used to say. Okay, tide current is used to say. Okay, those who live close to the ocean, they might know this word terminologies. Okay, then it reaches to the radial canal. Okay, incurrent canal, prosophile. Radial canal means radial canal is this area. Okay, let's say it. Then it has what? Again a gate is there. The gate name is apophile. So it opens. As it opens, it reaches to what? Major body. Okay, so that major body is what? Spongocoel, and from spongocoel where it goes to the ossiculum and out. So this is the way of doing it. Next come to the last, that is a leucon, which is the most complex one. So this is what? Complex. Okay, now in this what happened? Here what happened? There is no spongocoel present. Okay, so spongocoel is not present. Instead there is what? Flagellated canal present. Flagellated canal means what? That area where the collar cells, flagellas are present. Okay, so this, if you see what is happening, beta, this is like incurrent of water coming inside. Water goes into what? Incurrent canal. Incurrent canal will have what? Prosophile. So through prosophile it reaches to the flagellated canal instead of any other flagellated canal. From flagellated canal it again is open into apophile. It opens into excurrent canal, outside canal, and then it reaches through ossiculum outside. Understood? Just remember that track. That's it. Okay, so imagination is yours. Then comes the body functions. The first is digestion. How they do the digestion? Now their digestion is what? They are what? Intracellular digestion. So what happened? The food which is coming, that will be taken inside. Taken inside by what? By the collar cells. So in the collar cells, these are what? Such collar cells, if you see. Okay, so this is the collar cells. Now inside this collar cell, what you can find? You can find that these are the food vacuoles that is forming. Now what happened? Basically this flagella is here. The flagella will do the movement that come inside me. Okay, so flagella is like hand. Imagine a flagella doing like this, and through water current, like it made a current like this. So what if you do like this in the water, what will happen? Anything which is present, it will come closer. This happens now. Like if you put it something in water and you do like this far away, this is the thing, and you do this. This thing will make what? Waves, right? You call it waves. Okay. So that waves will do what? It will deflect the food particles towards inside. So what happened? The food particle reached here. As the food particle reached here, these are what? Simple filter food particle, means that is very minute in size. That will be what? That will be taken up by this area. This area is what? It is like villi. So you know that villi can only take what? It increases the surface area for absorption of the particle, but also take what? Minute simple particle. So it goes, this is small particle, it goes inside. And this part is called as collar. It looks like a collar is present. Okay. This is the main cell area where the food vacuole will form and the intracellular digestion, like what happened in the cells, will take place. How it takes place, we will learn it later on. But for now, just remember that the food particle, as it goes inside, will form a food vacuole. Through this vacuole, a lysosome will attach. Lysosome will have digestive enzymes, like our digestive enzymes. Same, they have a similar kind of digestive enzyme. They digest the food. Okay. The same thing is happening. So it is what? It is a intracellular type of digestion. Okay, I have told you. Then comes the respiration. Respiration is through water canal system. I told you that oxygen will come, they will respire. Then they have circulation with the help of amoebocytes. They will keep on circulating the things, okay, throughout the body. Okay, then the excretion, they are ammonodalic. Ammonodalic means they release ammonia as their nitrogenous base. Means whatever they will eat, that will be changed into what? Ammonia. Presumably will be what? The proteins that will be degraded in the form of ammonia. Okay. Now with this thing, this is the first thing which tells us that it is an animal, because plants do not do this, fungi do not do this. Okay. And ammonia is what? Is a feature of aquatic organisms to release it, especially the animals. Why? Because ammonia is highly toxic. How I will remember that ammonia is toxic, sir? You know that your urine has ammonical smell. Very little minute amount of ammonia is secreted in your body because it has been changed into what? Urea, which is less toxic. Okay, because more the toxic, more water is needed to be removal. So here what happened? They are aquatic animals. Aquatic animals or freshwater animals, majority of them has what? Ammonia as their material. Okay, so this thing is there. So ammonia is what? Their nitrogenous base material, and it leaves through what? Also through water canal system only. Okay, then we have skeleton. They have what? Endoskeleton present, and it is made up of what? Spongin fibers and the spicules. The spongin fibers are formed with the help of proteins. Fibers are formed with the help of proteins. Okay, for now remember it. And the spicules are what? It is calcium carbonate, or it could be silica. If it's a calcium carbonate, then it will be formed by calculoblast. And if it is a silica, it is called as silicoblast. Blast word itself will it will produce. Blast will happen, something will produced. So blast cells means they will be forming something. The name in front of it, you can understand it. This is how we have to understand the biological terms. Then comes the reproductions. If it is doing the sexual reproductions, so first of all, this is the organism which has both male and female part available. And when there is an organism which has both male and female organ present inside the body forming the gametes, we call those organisms monoecious. Mono means single, aecious means body. Within a one body, the organism has both the sexes. Another word is hermaphrodite. Another word is bisexual. Okay, means both the sexes are present inside it. I hope this thing you will remember it. So monoecious means single body, bisexual means both the sexes present, hermaphrodite is another terminology for it. Okay, now the sexes are not separate. Of course, in one body, if it is present, two different bodies are not there. What about us humans, beta? Humans are monoecious? No, we have two different bodies. Female body is different, male body is different. Okay, then although both the gametes are formed inside it. So means what? If they have male and female gamete present, they will utilize themselves gamete. But that never happens, and here pay attention. Now why not that happened? Because in their case the male part get mature earlier compared to female part, and this condition is called as protoandry. Means proto means first, andry means female. So male grows first or matures first. So now think about it. I am the porifera and my sexual maturity reached. So what would be the first sexual maturity? I would be what? I will be a male. I will be producing the sperms. Okay. Now sperms are produced, but sperms is of no use We need the egg also. So what happens? In my body, the sperm will be released through the ossiculum outside. It will flow and it will go inside another body. If there is egg present, it will fertilize it. Cross fertilization. Cross means two different organisms are needed for it. So cross fertilizations take place. Now sperm that is released and goes into the another porifera which has the female gametes, it undergo what? Fertilization. So fertilization is taking place what? Inside the body. That's why I have told you the story. Okay, so that is called as internal fertilization that will occur. Now the development is indirect. Okay, now indirect means what? That their larvae look different than the adult form. So the larva is what? It has a indirect development means an intermediate larval stage is there, which is morphologically distinct from adult. Like cycon larva is called as amphiblastula. Leucosolonia larva is called as paramula. Okay, and they are what? Distinct than their adult form, that is porifera. So that's why they are called as what? Indirect development. So indirect development, we understood what? We understood that there will be larva morphologically distinct than the adult. Then only we will say that indirect development is there. Not directly they look like the adult form. But if it is asexual, so they can work by the fragmentation. Small part can cut and it can regrow. Then budding, you know that exogenous budding or internal buddings, two types of buddings could be there. Exogenous budding in 10th class, you might have studied what? You have studied that internal exogenous budding means the body small part grows out, and as it grows out, it detaches and comes out. Like it happens in Hydra, you might have studied. Same thing happens over here. Okay, along with that, internal buds. Internal buds are called as gemmules when that will form. Now imagine that I am the porifera standing like this. I can't run if something happens, but I know that summer coming means water temperature will increase, means I can't survive. Imagining, I'm giving you a idea of it. Okay, so I can't survive. Okay, let's do what? Let's just die. But just think of, if I die like this, what about my generation? What about my inheritance that has to be higher? What about my properties? Who will take care of it? These questions will arise for the porifera also. Correct? So what porifera will do? Porifera will, before the onset of unfavorable conditions, means the temperature rise or anything, it makes internal buds, which is called as gemmules. It looks something like that. It has an outer layer, it has an inner layer, which I have made it with the pink and the red color. Okay, and in between that, this layer, thick layer is there, which has what? Spicules, which is what? A skeleton kind of a thing. It has an opening here called as microphyll, and it has what? Multiple archaeocytes. Archaeocytes are what? Totipotent cells, which has the potential to form any kind of cells. Means it has potential to make the organism also. So what happened? This will be formed. And now what happened? Temperature came, I died. Before I die, the bud gemmule comes out through ossiculum and goes inside some other area. And now the gemmule is quietly sitting like this. And once the proper condition comes, gemmules, each cell of the gemmules come out. Okay, so means from here these archaeocytes come out and they develop into the adult format. So this happens in them to protect themselves or protect their species from extinction. Okay, this thing is there. Now comes the very good part, that is the examples. So examples super important for your NEET journey. Even in your academic exams also they are coming up, but in the NEET 100%. If you're not doing the examples, no use. We will remember the examples with the faces. Few examples are super important for us, that is in the NCERT present. So if you can't remember all, it's okay, just remember these ones. Okay, so I'm just gonna highlight the ones which are super important. The first one is spongula, very important, fresh water. Its diagram is also given. So I am making this diagram also over here. Okay, then comes what? Cycon, which is also called as scypha. It is what? Crown or urn sponge. This is the diagram. This is also super important. Okay, then comes what? Then comes euspongia, also called as spongia, which is what? Bath sponge, looks like this. These three are super important for your NCERT point of view. But if we see the PYQs, we have certain more, like Leucosolonia. It is the simplest sponge like this. and that's why it has what? It has a radial symmetry also. You can see the diagram, look like this. Okay, so very simple, just a cylinder, and you can cut cylinder into any half. Okay, next is hyalonema, which is what? Glass rope sponge, like this glass rope sponge. Okay, it looks very beautiful, so I just like this. So this is the rope kind of thing is there, so that's why the name. Okay, then we have what? Euplectla, which is what? Venus flower basket. It looks like this. Look how beautiful it is. And in Japan, this thing is given as a luxurious good luck products to the married couples, okay, during the time of their wedding. Why? Because it is considered as a sign of a prosper and a good marriage. Good luck brings the good lucks in the marriage. Because why? And one more thing is that inside it, male and female shrimp lives throughout their life inside this porifera. Okay, so maybe because inside that they are living, so it's a symbolization, but of course you are taking this organism outside, you are actually killing two different types of organism, one this and one inside it male and female shrimp also, crustaceans. So basically you are not giving the good will, but you are giving the bad lucks, which is ohms given by these organisms. But okay, this is what they give it. So I told you about the Japan culture. Then we have Cellular, which is what? Boring sponge, like this. So what happened? This is a threat to the pearl industry. So you know what is pearl? Ostrich like this. You might have seen this, but that's not the truth. Okay, if you have bought the SpongeBob SquarePants, you might know it. So that don't happen like this. They are always covered like this oyster. People eat oyster. Inside it only pearls form. How it is formed, you will learn it later. That is also in the story. But what happened? This sponge, it goes inside. Its larva go inside this oyster and it bore inside this pearl, and the pearl will be destroyed. Okay, so it is what? Its larva, boring sponge larva will go inside, and it's not boring like boring, not like that. It goes inside and it will keep on biting the pearl and destroy the pearl. Okay, so this is one such thing. Next thing is Proteospongia. We have already studied. With this, your Porifera is over. Okay, I hope you would have understood. Let's just jump up to the next one. So in Coelenterata, this is the second phylum. So there must be some advancement present. What are the advancement? That they can freely swim in the water. Means they are not attached to the substratum or to the surface. Means they are not like this. They are moving like this. Free word everywhere, wherever they want. Okay. So this is the difference between it. But how do we know that they are the next one than this? Because there are certain of them which has what? Which has the feature of Porifera. Means what? First of all, one feature is what? Which you will easily can remember that there are certain of them which are sessile, which can't move. Their certain form and the certain part of their life cycle has like this in view. Other, their body plan which resemblance to them. Okay, let's just see that what is happening with them and how they are similar, how they are different. So Coelenterata, the word it's coming, coelen means what? The coelentre means coelentron means what? Coelentron means a gastrovascular cavity. It is the name of the cavity that has given this phylum this name. If cavity is there, her looks would be there, we will learn that. Okay, we will cut them and see them. Then it is what they are called as Cnidaria. This phylum is also called as Cnidaria, and the organisms belonging to it is called as either coelentratons, or it is called as what? It is called as Cnidarians. Okay. Why the word Cnidaria coming? Because Cnidaria is what? It is a characteristic cell's cnidoblast which is present inside it. Where it is present? It is present on the outside body. Now in the last phylum Porifera, we said what? We said that they have a characteristic cell called as collar cells or the choanocytes, right? Which were present, which were lining the inner layer and lining what? Spongocoel. They are present on the outside. Outside layer is called as epidermis. Always man. Epi means above the dermis, over the dermis reason. Okay. So cnidoblasts are present there. We will learn about them. And these are characteristic to this phylum. There are around 9,000 species present in them. Then how they are, you will remember this. So these are what? These are jellyfish like. Okay. So this is one such example we will remember in our mind, and accordingly we will try to see that what is their look like. Okay, so they are little freely floating compared to the last one. Then comes the habitat. They are aquatic, most of them marine, few are freshwater also, like hydra. So you might have all studied about hydra. What is hydra? Sea entrance. Now you can remember it. Now the next thing which we're going to be writing, the level of organization. So what is the level of organizations present in them? They are what? They are what? Guys, we have done it now. Like we have cell aggregate only porifera. These are what? Tissue level of organization. So they are what? Tissue level. Then body plan is what? It is blind sac. Okay, so one opening is only there. So blind sac. Then they are what? Germ layers. So how many germ layers are there? They are diploblastic. Okay. Then they are what? Coelom is what? Acoelomates. They do not have any space present. Acoelomates. Symmetry in them. So they are what? They are radially symmetrical organisms. Okay. So they are what? Radially symmetrical. Symmetrical. Then the next is polymorphism. Polymorphism, poly word means many. Okay, morphism means shape, look like. Okay, so they exist more than one form. What are the two forms? The two forms name is polyp and medusa. Okay, so examples they have given which you have remember, like obelia and physalia. These exist in two forms. What are the forms? Polyp and medusa form. Polyp form is like what? Like porifera. Okay, like hydra. Okay, medusa form is like jellyfish, like this. Okay, so they are the two forms. We will learn it about it. So they are what? Polyp and medusa form. Then what happened? So if they are existing in two forms, means they are changing themselves into medusa and polyp, and this changing their generations is known as what? Metagenesis. So metagenesis is seen in their case, in which they change from polyp to medusa, medusa to polyp. How they will do it, we will understand it. Okay, now the next thing is body wall. So means in body wall, what I am doing, if this is my imagine that this is my what? This is my one jellyfish. I will cut it and see it what is present inside it, like the one I have done it for the porifera. Same thing I have done it. When I did it, I found that it has two layers. One is the ectoderm, endoderm, which is called as what? Diploblastic organisms, and in between them a gelatinous cellular layer, non-cellular layer is present, called as mesoglea. Now if you see over here, so we cut what? We cut the hydra. Okay, hydra is Coelenterata, and we found it. So over there, if you can see this layer, epidermis is there, and then we have gastrodermis, and this is the cavity. Okay, so this is the cavity, inner layer, outer layer, and in between layer is what? Mesoglial layers. So epidermis, outer layer. Inside it what? A gelatinous layer called as mesoglea will be present. Then inside it gastrodermis layer will be present, internal layer, and the innermost there will be a cavity that will be present. What are the cells present over here? They have sensory cells present. They have cnidoblast cells present. They have, which is the characteristic cells which is present in the epidermis. They have nerve net present, means neurons present. So if you see that here what? Epitheliomuscular cells, longitudinal muscle fiber cells, cnidocytes are there, sensory cells are there, interstitial cells are there, and circular muscle fibers are there. So these are the different cells which are present in it. Okay, then comes the important thing, that is cnidoblast cells. Understand it. So cnidoblast cells, imagine that I am imagine that I am a hydra. So I am standing like this. These are my tentacles. Okay, so cnidoblast where present? Everywhere on my body. Tentacles part, especially on this body part, but not present at the base where I am attached, because hydra is attached. Okay, so if it is not present at my base, means outer body only present, means the epidermis layer it is present. Now this cnidoblast cells are also called as nematocyst. Okay, just remember the name. Okay, cnidoblast, cnidocyst, nematocyst, these words are given. Now ideally they look something like this. Okay, so if you see that it has what? It has a spine kind of thing called as trigger. Okay, so basically what happened, these triggers are present on my body. So sometimes, okay, let's give an example. Sometimes when you are going into the beach, there might be warning sign that jellyfishes are there. I don't know whether you went to there, but if you anyone have went to Pondicherry in the Eden Beach, okay, although all the beaches they might be there, but Eden Beach they have especially given the signboard that jellyfishes can be there, or jellyfish like the coelentrates can be there, which can touch you and it causes intense sensation, burning sensation, itching sensations. Why that is happening? Because you have touched this part of that organism. Okay, and what happened? This triggered thing, just think like that, you are moving and like ting, like jellyfish is like this and you are moving like this in the water and it touched, it triggered. So what happened triggering? This thing, as it is touched, it will make this whole thing permeable to water. Means this is the hydra has this, imagine that I am one such and this is my trigger thing, and as it is triggered, what happened? My whole body like the nidoblast will start getting water from all sides. Just think, if the water I am drinking, what will happen? I will start swelling up, okay, and I will get filled like air, like a balloon. And what will happen? It will put pressure. The water put pressure on my internal organs. And imagine that one such internal organ is this coiled thing, coiled thread. What happened? With the pressure, like this thing is my trigger, okay. This comes out from this area, operculum area, okay. It comes out like this, and as it comes out, along with the pressure, something is present inside it. This is the area where hypotonic is present. It is a poison. It also comes out through this thread-like structure out, and this poison just go inside the body of the organism, and it get that burning sensation, pain, poison. It's a poison, it will do its effect. Okay, so anything it can do. So this is what one thing has been shown to you. So once it will open up, it will come like this, and once it get opened, it is waste. This nematocyst or this nidoblast is of no use anymore, so it has to be replaced. So this thing will be replaced. Okay, so understood this whole thing. Coming up, then what would be the location of it? Okay, the location is abundantly in the oral region. Oral means upper region, where the tentacles are present. Okay, now they are present in the clusters, and one such cluster, for example, this is the one cluster present on my body. I will call it nematocyst batteries. And in this battery 1 to 3, there will be a bigger nematocyst cell, and then 8 to 10 small cells would be there, nematocyst cells, and they form one structure. So that is called as nematocyst battery, and multiple of them are present throughout the body. What is the function? It helps in the defense, which we have already understood. Next thing is even help in the capturing of the food, prey. So it captures the food and put it inside because it kills the prey. Then anchorage, if they want to join themselves, that thing can also have an adhesive structures present which can join to it. Okay, then comes the body functions. What are the body functions? We have digestion. Now in their body, both the digestion takes place, intracellular and extracellular. So what happened? See, this is the one such hydra. So hydra capture the thing, okay, put it inside the mouth. As it goes inside the mouth, what happened? That it will be broken down into smaller particles in the digestive system. Then from there it will be absorbed by the cells which are present in the gastrovascular cavity lining. Okay, so it will be absorbed by it, and over there internal digestion, like what happened in Porifera, took place. So initially first extracellular digestion took place, and then the intracellular took place. I hope this thing is understood. Then comes the respiration. So they take it to the help of diffusion. What is diffusion? From outer to inside, it goes through the skin. Okay, so I will say it more like skin. Then excretion. Excretion is what? Removal of the waste. That will be with the help. Nerve net present? Oh, that I know nerve net is present, but this is not right thing. I will do it like this. Okay. So fifth is nervous system. Excretion. Through diffusion. Then skeleton, it's not present, okay, or may be present in case of corals. What are corals? We will learn it. Okay, and nervous system, yes, it is present. Nerve net is present. Okay, so next is the examples that we have to do one by one. Okay, number one example is Hydra. Hydra is what? It is a solitary organism. Polyp means it is standing. I told you the polyp means what? P for polyp, P for porifera, P it means sessile. So means polyp form will keep on attached to one place. Okay. Now it is solitary means it loves to live alone. It don't live in colonies. Okay. It is a freshwater, exclusively carnivores. So what it eats? It eats small crustaceans. Okay. Smaller organisms like cyclops, delphina. Okay. It is dioecious. Male and female is different. This is the female, this is the male. So male have this conical testes. Can you see this? And the female has a lower end of its body, okay, and arboreal regions, okay, where it is what? This is ovary present. Okay, bulging round bodies are present, called as ovaries present. Development is direct. Okay, polymorphism and metagenesis is not seen, means they exist only in the polyp form, not in the medusa form. Understood? Very important. Next comes the corals. What are the corals? So if you've been to the Andaman Nicobar, there is a coral islands over there present. So you might have seen into the water activity and seen the big rocky things, colorful. You'll be like, oh wow, such a beautiful rock. But in reality, it is what? It is the corals which has secreted a calcium carbonate covering on the outside. Means these are the organisms. Imagine it, I am a coral. I will make a calcium carbonate outing myself so that I can protect myself. Okay, along with protecting it, this creates spaces also. Okay, inside, like of course what happens when I will die, the coral won't dissolve, right? So what will happen over there? Certain organisms will start living up, and that makes an ecosystem. So coral starts the ecosystem in the ocean, and it is only taking place if the balanced ecological cycles are there. Means what? Temperature is proper, currents are proper. All of these things matter. Means global warming is affecting these coral reefs, and of course a lot of more things. Now they could be solitary or colonial. Individually also they can live, maybe living in the colony. Then they grows in extensive amount by the budding. That's why such a big what we say that hilly kind of structures we say that over there. And those, when they are so much over there, they are called as coral reefs. And one such reef is Great Barrier Reef of Australia. Okay, next thing is they are rich source of limestone, because limestone is the byproduct of calcium carbonate. So the economic importance, number one is limestone. Second, this area, since there will be what? Lot of organisms dying over there, so might be chances that there will be a rich resource of petroleum, and that is what our Andaman and Nicobar is, rich source of petroleum. But since it's a so ecologically sensitive area that if we drill something and try to extract out the things, all the organisms will die which is present over there. So we are refraining ourselves from doing it, but now the government is doing it. That's the thing. Okay, we are destroying everything. Very nice. Then it is the shelter of the plants and animals. Protozoan and algae are also might be living along the side by side with them. Next comes the obelia. Obelia is what? Either if it is a polyp form, it will be appear like this. Okay, here I am making. And if it is a medusa form, freely floating form, it will appear like this. Okay, here only I am making this. So I made the two diagrams. So obelia is we know that it undergo polymorphism, and metagenesis will already be there if it is existing in two forms, commonly called it what? Sea fur. Okay, now it has a polyp form, medusa form. Okay, now medusa form is called as upside down polyp. How? Think like a hydra. It is attached, and this is the tentacles moving like this. Okay, and what is about the jellyfish? Don't it look like the jellyfish is the upturned form? Jellyfish has tentacles down. So means upside down medusa polyp, we can say it. So that's why medusa is called as upside down polyp. Okay, understood. So it is what? Hydra like, cylindrical. It is umbrella like or a bell like structure. Now it is a sessile, means it can't move, look like this. Okay, and it is free floating in it. Now the mouth and tentacles are facing upward in the polyp. Imagine like this mouth and tentacle, whereas in this mouth and tentacle is like this. I gave you an example. So this is it. Gonads are absent in case of polyp form. Now the question is gonads are what? Sex organs. Sex organs not present, then how they will do the reproduction? Simple sir, asexual reproduction. Which one? Budding. So they will form whatever they want to form through what? By the budding process. Understood? Whereas here in them, 6 organs means gonads are present. So now we said that they change their point. So means this form will make this form will make this form. Means this is forming like this way. So means when this thing, polyp has to form, it has to do asexual reproduction, which is budding, and budding will form this. And when they will have the gonads present, so they will do the sexual reproduction, and sexual reproduction leads to formation of what? This structure. This is only what? Metagenesis. Okay, and the life cycle of it. So this thing is written over here. Now the medusa is what? Dioecious organism, male and female will be different, and that will increase what? Variations in the population. We will learn later on. Sexual reproduction, if you have read it 10th class, something basic features. Okay. Then development is indirect, means there will be what? There will be a larva called as penula larva, which is different than the adult form. And tentacles in obelias are solid. Okay. So they are not very moving types. Okay, so this is the life cycle of it. So this is what your polyp form, asexual reproduction. It will make what? Through budding forms medusa. This medusa will do what? It will change into what? Medusa form will adult, and if saying this is a male, so male will make the sperm. Similarly, there will be coming from some another female medusa, and it will form what? Ovum. This both will fertilize and form what? Zygote. This zygote will develop into what? Larva. Freely swimming larva is there, called as planula larva. And after some time, it goes and settle down into the floor. So after floating like this, it will be like, oh, I am tired, and it goes down and forms what? Your polyp form again. So the cycle keep on going like this. Now this metagenesis, what is happening? It is happening between the cells which are only diploid. Okay, there is no change in the ploidy level. But what happened in alteration of generation in the chapter number 3 for the plant kingdom? We say that there is a sporophytic body which is diploid. It is forming a gametophytic body which is haploid. Then gametophytic body forming gametes which is joining and again forming this. Means here what is happening? Throughout their life cycle, they are making what? 2 different ploidy level. And this is what? Alteration of generation. So alteration of generation is different from metagenesis. Is a very, very important assertion, reason, question. That it is not same. Because in the first one, metagenesis, only the morphologically form is changing, not the ploidy level. But alteration of generation, ploidy is changing. Okay. Then the next example we have, that is Aurelia. Aurelia looks like this. That is a jellyfish which has medusa stage. Polyp stage is absent in them. Metagenesis and polymorphism not present. Indirect development is there, and larva is called as a phyla larva or strobila larva also being called. Then we have Adamsia. Adamsia is called as sea anemone. It looks like this. It is even present on certain crabs. If you have seen the videos, so it is present on the crab. Okay, as a polyp form. So crab is protecting it, kind of thing. Okay, it's kind of relationship which we will learn later on. Okay, what kind of relationship between these two organisms is. Then Physalia. Physalia is called as Portuguese man of war. It looks like this. Of course, this is on the land. In the water, it is like big tails are there. Okay, tentacles are there. Then we have Panutula. Panutula means what? Which looks like pen. Name itself says that. So it is called as sea pen or sea fur. Then we have Gorgonia. Gorgonia is sea fan. So it looks like sea fan. Look like this. This is the Gorgonia. Then we have Mediasternia. Mediasternia is itself is a brain cord. Okay. So this is a brain-like structure. Okay. Brain-like polyp is there. Then we have Fungia. Fungia means fungus. Fungus, we remember mushroom. So mushroom coral looks like mushrooms and like this. So it has a mushroom-like structure. Okay. Then Rhizostoma is what? Jelly. Stoma is what? Jellyfish. This is all about Coelenterata. With this, we have completed 2 phylum today, that is Phylum Porifera, Phylum Coelenterata. Well, that's all for this video. I tried that we should complete more, but it seems like the video will be too long to understand. So this is the first video of non-chordates. Next video will come after this, would be more about Ctenophora, Platyhelminthes and Eschelminthes. Well, if you like this video, give it a like. These notes will be available on my Telegram page or a Telegram channel, on my WhatsApp page also. The link will be in the bio. If you haven't subscribed me yet, please subscribe, share it with your friends, because you should share good things. Sharing is caring between the friends, and it should be definitely there. I am looking forward to your comments about how we are doing it. This is after a really long time we are actually teaching the zoology topic. Before that, I was teaching the botany. Okay, so just let me know that in the comment section how the things are going on. Well, that's all with this video. Thank you.